Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. The other day, Kodak Black made a guest appearance on Kai Cenat's show, and while he was there, people were in the comment section like, yo, why Kodak look like that? He looked crazy, he looked too thin, he looked sick, he looked like he's strung out on crack. Well, anyhow, Kodak Black has heard what everybody had to say, and he's jumped online to respond to all of the people who were like, yo, Kodak out here looking crazy. Watch this.
So y'all people like who be on that, y'all be on all type of shit. Y'all be on shrooms, acid, all type of stupid ass. But I take me one perk and y'all be so buttered. Y'all wanna like it anyway. That ain't nothing wrong with me, facts. Thank you, God. Thank you, Denisha. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody else who be coming like on that timing, they ain't got no motion. They broke, they hurt, they something, or they trying to come into the life some kind of way and trying to like look any type of look. Oh yeah, I could come in that way. Oh, I think you need help. Oh look, bro, I try to like, and then y'all don't think my Shirley Temple? Oh, they gotta bring it right up. Yeah. So yeah, if y'all don't, if a motherfucker needed help, y'all wouldn't think I knew that. Y'all don't think I knew, and I need help. If I needed it, I don't need you to tell me what telling me doing for you. Oh shit, oh you know this when I need help, help me and the opportunity. That's what's called an addiction, Cookie. You're getting blocked. What you do? You ain't perfect. Ain't nobody under this world. Ain't nobody under the sun perfect. Everybody got a vice, some kind of way. Everybody got some kind of vice. Even if it ain't drug, homie, you got some kind of vice. You addicted to you addicted to so. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Kodak Black is already very well aware that he has an addiction. So, people jumping in the comment section talking about how bad he looks and trying to put him down does not help the situation. I mean, if you know somebody who suffers from addiction, especially when it comes to alcohol and narcotics, then you know darn well how you speak to the person is of vital importance. And guess what? You gotta approach that person with love, kindness, empathy, and respect. And empathy is key. And for everybody out there who really doesn't understand the definition of empathy, empathy equals stepping into somebody else's shoes. And guess what? If you were in Kodak Black's shoes, I don't think that people jumping in the comment section talking about, oh my goodness, you look crazy, you look like death itself, you look like you're getting ready to die in the next 3 seconds, is something that you would want to hear, nor is it something that would be very helpful to hear. So people, please, when you want to help somebody, be very mindful of what you say in the comment section. Because if you notice, after everybody came for him, Kodak Black didn't get introspective like, yo, I really need to think about what I'm doing. Instead, he got defensive. And Kodak was like, I'm only over here taking 1 perk a day. What are y'all doing? Y'all ain't perfect. And that right there is the exact response that you don't want to get. So please, people, be very mindful of how you deal with people who are actually going through real things. Because what you say and how you say it can have serious effects. Which we saw because after Kodak Black was sitting there reading the comments, he got up from sitting next to Kai Cenat and went in the back and popped a perky pill.
That was a glitch for the Twitch.
Listen, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that people jumping in Kodak Black's comment section, expressing their concerns about his looks, is helping him or hurting him? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Now, check this out. It appears that Charlemagne the Not God can breathe a sigh of relief because the SA charges that were pending against him have been dropped due to the fact that the statute of limitations has expired. Alright, so for all of you who don't know, back in 2001, a young girl named Jessica Nicole Reed accused Charlamagne of inviting her to one of his birthday parties, drugging her, and then R-ing her. At the time of the assault, Charlamagne was about 22 years old and she was around 15, 16. According to Jessica, Charlamagne invited her to the party, picked her up from her house, brought her to the party, and when she got there, he gave her a drink. But after she took a few sips, she started feeling dizzy, and then, shortly after that, her legs gave out. According to Jessica, even though she was dazed and confused, she can remember being carried up the steps by two men who assaulted her in the bathroom. And then, after they finished doing what they were doing, Charlamagne came in and allegedly took his turn. Now, after she came to, she allegedly remembered what happened and she tried to burn the whole place down. But Charlamagne and his friends stopped her. After the incident, Jessica called her mother to tell her what happened, then her mother called the police. Jessica was then taken to Somerville Medical Center where she gave a police report to the authorities, but during that time, they decided not to press charges. Okay, so the other day the case was dismissed and officially closed, and Charlamagne is no longer at risk of being held criminally or civilly liable for the incident. It's also important to note that when Jessica Reed first gave her statement to the police in 2001, Charlamagne did in fact consensually give his DNA to the authorities, and when they ran the DNA, his DNA did not match the DNA that was found in her art kit. Alright, so after the news broke that Charlamagne the God is no longer on the hook for this essay, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and one person was like, I don't even like Charlamagne, but he literally gave his DNA and it wasn't a match. Do y'all read? And then somebody else was like, he gave his DNA and it wasn't a match. It wasn't him. So, why is this news? Alright, so apparently, none of y'all out there watch Forensic Files, because if you did watch Forensic Files, then you would know that just because they didn't find Charlamagne's DNA on her garments does not mean that he didn't do it. What this means is that they can't prove that he did it. And just so you know, those two things are two very different things. Now, it's also important to note that it is possible for somebody to get R'd without the Rist leaving some transferred DNA on their body. So, just so you know for future reference, the presence of DNA is a very good indicator that some sort of contact took place, whereas the absence of DNA does not exclude the fact that contact took place. Alright, you got that? Because I think that's really important to know. Anyhow, as far as Charlamagne the God is concerned, personally, even though he's off the hook with this case, I still don't rock with the brother ever since he jumped online talking about he used to put things in young girls' drinks.
Just that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going, I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you rapped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking
They sell knives in the sex store too. You can put that to a girl's throat and have sex with her. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a mother too. Right? So she was drunk and shit, and we had sex and shit. And like a lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, you're on a train on. That's
yeah. So it's just one-on-one. It ain't right.
Yeah. So the next
trains are right.
So the next morning she wakes up and we talk about it.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't want you putting anything in my drink that I don't know about. I don't even care whether it's an ice cube, okay? Because the bottom line is, if I didn't consent to drinking it, I don't want it. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section and be like, Source, that stuff, man, they sell it at the local bodega. Listen, you know what I have to say to that? I don't care whether it's those dusty behind glass bottles of ginseng root that they have sitting at the counter that have been sitting there for 10 years. If I didn't ask for it, if I don't want it, if I didn't consent to it, if I didn't tell you to do it, don't put anything in my drink. Not even a cube of sugar. Because the bottom line is this. If a woman really wants to cuff with you and she wants to give you that sugar, you don't have to put anything in her drink. You don't have to add any chemicals to make her more inebriated or lustful than she is. Because if she wants to give you the sugar, she'll give you the sugar. Listen, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Charlamagne the Not God having his SA charges dropped 20-something years after the fact? Okay, so as you already know, Donald Trump won the presidential election, so number 45 will be returning to office as number 47. Now, after the election results dropped, somebody came in my comment section and they were like, you lose. Okay, so first off, I was not aware that I was running for presidential office, so I didn't lose anything. Second, even though Donald Trump was elected to be the next president, God is still in control, so I'm still winning. And third, bragging about Donald Trump getting back into the presidential office is the equivalent of a woman coming up to me trying to brag and boast about the fact that she's engaged. And when I ask her who she's engaged to, she says P. Diddy. Enough said. And also, let me address one of the comments that somebody sent me the other day when I dropped my last video. They were like, "This is your worst episode ever. It shows your bias in living color. If you're an investigative journalist or a reporter of the news, is it not your job to report both pros and cons of both opponents? I usually side with you, but this show is trash, especially about the guy speaking his opinion, then asking you for help." What are you talking about? Are you talking about the guy who asked me to buy him some buffalo wings right after he got finished telling me that women can't do what men can do? Okay, I'll address that in a minute, because the person went on to say, "Then, putting up Barry, a gay former president, do your research. If you dare talk about a devil like himself selling Bibles, at least the devil told people to buy Bibles." Okay, so first off, nobody was surprised that I was out here supporting Kamala except for you. Why? Because I told my viewers from the beginning that I was biased during this election, and if I were you, I wouldn't be salty at the person who tells you the truth, but instead, I would be more salty at the person who lies to your face and hides their hand behind their back. And then two, as far as the dude with the buffalo wings is concerned, that was just a funny story about how dudes run around having all of this machismo, but then they want to ask women to do stuff for them. And the moral of the story is pretty simple, and it's this: you can't run around beating your chest talking about, "I am man, I do all things, I am bigger and stronger and wiser than you, I light fire," and then turn around and be like, "Yo sis, I could borrow your lighter." Those two things just don't go together. And to add to that story, not only did I buy the brother the buffalo wings, but when I went back into the store today after the election to get myself some more buffalo wings, the dude behind the counter gave me some free wings. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm having a very good day. 3. Barack Obama, aka Barry, as you called him, is not gay. He is a wonderful husband to his loving wife. And 4, as far as you coming on here telling me what I'm supposed to do when I'm on YouTube, boy, do I have some news for you. Because the only thing that I have to do is stay black, pay my taxes, and die. And 5, during my last video, you never once heard me refer to Donald Trump as the devil. Instead, I said that God does not like when somebody adds or subtracts to his word. But I find it very interesting and ironic that just now in your text message to me, you referred to him as the devil. I'm just saying. Now, even though the election is officially over, the election is still a hot button topic. Because on the night of the election, after the poll results didn't all come in by like 1, 2 in the morning, Kamala Harris decided to call her event at Howard University, and she decided not to give a speech. Now, the next day, Candace Owens jumped online and she was like, she really pulled the Hillary Clinton and is going to bed. Display of weakness uniquely demonstrated by female contenders. I don't quite think that that's a display of weakness. I think that's a display of human beings need sleep to survive. And if the Board of Elections says that the official results aren't going to be in till like 6, 7, 8 in the morning and the race is too close to call, then why in the world would you just stand out there doing nothing? Now, what I think is uniquely a sign of weakness is the fact that Candace Owens just couldn't come out and be a good sport and say that even though my candidate that I endorsed, Donald Trump, won, Kamala Harris did a hell of a job putting a campaign together in 107 days. Similar to this person who said, "I applaud Kamala for having the courage and dedication to run in the first place. She's a phenomenal woman regardless." And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, "Yeah, but Sauce, you talking about Candace Owens, but you ain't over there trying to give Trump his props." Listen, he did a good job rallying the troops. It's not that hard to say. But with that being said, after Candace Owens said what she had to say about Kamala, a whole bunch of people did have something to say. And one person was like, "Candace, for real? I'm not in the effing mood." And then somebody else was like, "The way I feel tonight, she better get the F on." And then somebody else was like, "Here she comes with the lack of heat protection bob." No, you didn't say the lack of heat protection bob. And then somebody else was like, "She did way better than Hillary did. She did the work and had a lot of big endorsements. 100% hope she runs again." And then after that, somebody else was like, "Candace, please." But the comment section wasn't done because somebody else was like, "I don't want to hear a single complaint when he get in there and start acting up." And then somebody else was like, "Rather he or Kamala won, I'm not worried, because Proverbs 21:1 says, 'The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. God will provide and take care of his people as he's already done." Now, I know, because of the numerous calls and text messages that I got today, that there's a lot of people out there who are very stressed about the outcome of this election. But, like I said before, calm down, take a deep breath, and don't be stressed. Why? Because like I said before, God is in control. So, there's no need to be out here crying like Nancy Pelosi. Oh my goodness, do y'all see Nancy's face? Nancy is devastated. But you know what? We should all take a moment to lift Nancy Pelosi up in prayer, because if Trump goes rogue, she may be the only politician who knows how to play political chess well enough to shut him down. And that brings me to a question, and that question is this, and it's very serious, all jokes aside. For all of the people out there who voted for Trump, my question is this. You gave him the judicial branch, you also just now gave him the executive branch, and so far you gave him half of the legislative branch. So if he gets the other half, this dude is going to have absolute power. So, my question is this. What in the world was the mission? Was it to end checks and balances and give a dude who tried to overthrow the government once absolute power? I mean, for real, please let me know in the comments, what in the world was the mission? And now that the mission has been accomplished, what do you think that the outcome is going to be? And now that I said that, let me share this. Shortly after the votes were tabulated and it was announced that Trump is going back to the White House, black students from Clemson, Alabama State, and the University of Alabama began receiving strange text messages that let them know that they have been selected to be slaves. The text messages said, "Greetings, you've been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 1 p.m. sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You are in Plantation Group C." Another version of the text message read, "Greetings, Jacob. You've been selected to be a house slave at the High Point on January 21st after President Trump takes office. Be ready at 2 p.m. sharp at 1859 East Lexington Avenue, High Point, North Carolina. Please take this time to identify and gather items you'd like to bring. You will join others in a brown van and be searched once you've entered the plantation." Alright, so after those text messages went out, a whole bunch of people had something to say. And one person said, "We need to mobilize black people, bring back the Black Panthers. We used to be good for more than shucking and jiving. Let's get serious, stay alert, and keep dangerous. I love y'all for real." And then somebody else was like, "These next 4 years about to be tough." And then after that, somebody else was like, "Okay, Homeland Security, do your job and find out who did it." The only thing that I have to say is, and the next 4 years begins. Listen, let me tell you something and let me be very clear. If somebody, anybody, drives up on me in a brown van or any other car, I don't care whether it's a Prius, and tries to snatch me up talking about "you're going to Plantation C," I can guarantee you that my name is going to quickly change from the Source to Nat Turner, because the driver of that car is going to be pushing up daisies before I'm picking cotton. Listen, to all my people of color out there, please, do me a favor. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and also be careful. Because one of the side effects of Donald Trump getting put back in office is that a lot of these like militia groups and a lot of these crazy people think that they got the green light. Now, one person who didn't have a very good election day was DC Youngfly, because DC was not allowed to vote because of the address on his driver's license. Watch this.
Alright, well, let me tell you my experience on trying to vote. I've been trying to vote since 8 o'clock this morning. The registration and election board denied my right to vote because I got a P.O. box on my license, and I voted up under that address for the last 2 terms. You feel me? So that's where we at with it. I got denied. I really left. They were pissing me off. Then I went back up there because I wanted them to tell me in my face that I couldn't vote. And the folks said, "Nah, you couldn't vote." So I didn't get the chance to vote, but I was up there from 8 to 5. I tried. So that's where I was at. Just be mindful of the tricks, people. Just be mindful of the tricks. All right.
Now, after DC Youngfly jumped online to share his voting experience, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and one person said, "Sorry, no excuse. There was plenty of time to at least check to see if you were registered to vote." And then somebody else was like, "Everyone explaining now since people checking to see who voted." And then somebody else was like, "I'm annoyed, cause Ninja, why'd you wait until the day of to get all of that situated?" Listen, let me say this. I feel for DC Youngfly, and I hate the fact that he didn't get to vote. But with that being said, when it comes to black people voting, they've been playing the same game since 1776. So why are you out here acting like they're playing new tricks? Come on, dude. Crispus Attucks could have told you that you needed to get that checked. Anyhow, let me know down below, what do you think about DC Young Fly jumping online to let everybody know that they didn't let him vote because of the P.O. box number that was on his license? Let me know down below, was that his fault or was the man trying to keep him from voting? Now, check this out. The other day, TMZ caught up with Gayle King, and they asked Gayle, what do you think about Megan Thee Stallion lying straight to your face about sleeping with Tory Lanez? Check out what Gayle King had to say.
The interview was a national stage, and then she admitted to lying on a national stage. Did that bother you at any point, that she admitted to lying?
Listen, I thought Megan, it was the first time she was telling her story. And it bothered me that so many people didn't believe her story. You know, that bothered me. So I wanted to get from her firsthand. Why she said what she said to me is really on her. Listen, I still am nuts about her. I think she's been through a lot. And I can't wait to see her documentary. She was under the gun, and I thought undeservedly so. So, listen, hello, I have no controversy with Megan. She knows it.
Listen, Gayle King does not care whether or not Megan Thee Stallion lied to her during that interview. Why? Because Gayle got the numbers that she wanted, and the lie actually added to the intrigue of the interview. And trust me, the minute that the words came out of Megan Thee Stallion's mouth that she didn't sleep with Tory Lanez, Gayle already knew that she was lying, the same way that you and I knew that she was lying. Now, if Megan Thee Stallion was a little bit more polished and seasoned, instead of lying, what she should have done is been like, Gayle, I don't understand what my sexual proclivities and my sexual partners have to do with this conversation. And then she should have just left it at that. But instead, she chose to lie. And now, people think she's a liar. Listen, let me know in the comment section below. How many lies does a person get to tell you before you label them as being a liar? But check it, since we mentioned Gayle and we all know that Gayle is Oprah's best friend, let's also discuss another one of Oprah's friends, Dr. Phil. Because the other day, Dr. Phil came out and said that the only reason he spoke at Trump's rally is because he wanted to spite Kamala, because despite contacting her 26 times and asking her for an interview, she refused to go on his show.
When I spoke at the Trump rally, everybody would go, oh, there he is, he's gone political. But that was an act of rebellion on my part, because I requested 25 plus times to speak to Kamala Harris and never got so much as a yes, no, maybe. Just wouldn't agree to. Really? An interview. I asked to speak to her. I asked to speak. Maybe Robin and I sit down with she and her husband, asked to have a dinner interview. And there are people that are very close, that I have very close friends in the power structure of the Democratic Party who know me well and said, let me tell you something. He would never disrespect the office of the president or vice president of the United States.
Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you, the entitlement is real. Because then Dr. Phil went on to say that he wrote a speech for Donald Trump, but then he contacted Kamala's people and was like, I'd be willing to cross out Donald Trump's name and write in Kamala's and give the exact same speech if she invites me to speak at one of her rallies. Watch this.
I offered to give the identical speech at a Harris rally, said I will cross out Trump's name, write in Harris's name, and give the identical speech at a Harris rally. And the morning after, we got contacted by somebody that we had been talking to in the Harris camp in writing. So I have the text to my producer, Sarah, that said, is he serious? He'll give that speech at a Harris rally, because if he will, we're interested in him coming to the DC rally. And she wrote back, she talked to me, and I said right back and say, absolutely, tell me when and where to be. And I will bring a transcript of the speech and give it at a Harris rally. And she answered accordingly. Crickets. Never heard another word. Once they found out I was serious, they never heard another word.
Okay, so basically all you're saying is that you were willing to go whichever way the wind blows as long as you were able to give a national speech on TV. Listen, I wouldn't have called you back either. Listen, let me know down below. Do you think that Kamala and her people were right not to call Dr. Phil back after he was like, listen, I'm willing to cross out the ops name and put yours in there instead? Wow. Now, speaking of ops, Jaguar Wright may have just found a new op that she despises even more than Diddy. Because the other day, Jaguar Wright went live with Courtney Burgess, the dude who not only claims to have some Diddy Kitty tapes, but also claims to have Kim Porter's original book too. And while they were live, they started going back and forth, and he was like, "You're a liar," and she was like, "You're a liar." And Jaguar Wright got to the point where she was so frustrated with this dude that she called Big Meech, aka Demetrius Flannery, on the phone, the head of BMF, who just got released from jail, to be like, "Listen, you need to talk to this dude and check this dude, because this dude is out here wilding."
This is Jaguar. They're trying to unalive me, but they can't you help.
Hold up, Jaguar. I'd like to apologize to you.
See that?
What's that saying?
That's the message from your lawyer, sir. That's the messages between us. And she ghosted me.
What does it say?
Who should I email this to?
Do you want to read it to him, or?
But I didn't want to put it up too close because her phone number's on there. I don't want to dox her.
Just read it. Don't put the phone number up.
Real simple. This is Jaguar Wright. They're trying to unalive me again. Can you help? It was marked as read, October 7th, 2024. And then she put, "Yes, did you call me? Are you available to talk now? Feel free to call me." We contacted back. She ghosted me. So I'm right here. It's a 305 number. Ain't that the same number you calling on? I'm a serious woman.
I'm a serious man.
I hope so, because your life is on the line, sir. You know that.
Yes.
Playing dangerous games with people who have put their life on the line. Me and you ain't got nothing to say until I hear you publicly apologize to I'll be sure, sir.
About what?
About every lie you told about him. About
No lies. First of all, I told no lies. So I'll be sure.
And I'm calling you a liar right now. And if Gene Deal were here, we would both sit here and call you a liar right now. There is no way Kim Porter would ever ask anyone to disparage that man, ever.
First of all,
especially not after everything that Diddy has done to him. Do you know how many times we've had to play him up from flatline, sir?
First of all, I never said I wrote the book. I never wrote the book.
Keep speaking, Courtney. Respond.
Yeah, just keep going, Courtney.
Oh, okay. I never wrote the book, Shannon. So what did you say in Jaguar? It's not what you said. There's no way
to things that you say to say, and your stories ain't adding up. I don't know who's coaching you. I don't know who's giving you information. But I'm calling you into account right here today, sir. I am people. You are going to stop lying on Gene Deal. You are going to stop lying on I'll Be Sure. And you are going to stop pump faking on a woman who put her life on the line to save hundreds of victims.
And are you saying this has been said within the concept of the book, or out with the concept, the context of the book, Jaguar?
And all of the other chit chatter that's running around, demonizing people who are nothing more than victims of Diddy.
Okay, well let's give Courtney a chance to respond to that.
All right.
The extended, like, just yeah.
You know, I'm gonna mute up. I might have the urge to say something.
Go ahead.
No, it's over to you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Courtney. It's just for you to respond to what Jaguar has said there.
What is she saying?
All right, Jaguar, do you want to just take Courtney through it again, just to give him a chance to really
maybe one point at a time.
Yeah, one
point at a time.
I done muted up. I done said what I had to say. I meant every word that I said, and I'ma stand on it. Because see, what's about to happen is if he keeps Dylan and sitting here playing possum, I'm just gonna have to play chicken with him. And I promise you, I don't turn off the road. I don't. I'ma mute back up. But understand this. I asked for what I asked for. It's either you gonna give it or you not. The things that were published in that book are things that those children should never have heard. Any of them. Especially those girls. How dare you? How dare you? And there is no way in the world Kim Porter ever gave you the permission to slander her husband. No way.
Hold up.
She would never have allowed you.
You want to let me talk tonight, Jaguar?
Yeah, let Courtney respond now. So it's
you coming on? Let me explain something.
You're fine, Courtney. Go.
Whatever you saying about Kim Porter book is what you saying. I did not say anything because I never wrote the book. So you coming? I'm no witness of anything. I wasn't never at no party. Or never had no whatever they say. I'm going by what you were saying.
What do you mean you going by what I'm saying? I didn't write no book. I didn't publish no documents. Up until today, no one has ever heard me say that I even had my own access to what was actually written down. I've never admitted that, and I'm actually putting my life on the line right now doing it. And I'm putting some other people in jeopardy that I care about. But I'm doing it for what's right. And I'm just gonna have to stand on that. You can retract, you can detract, say whatever you want to say. You had some very specific things to say about I'll be sure. I, as his friend, am asking you give him an apology. That man has been doing enough. He's been doing enough. Listen, the anniversary of Kim's passing is in just a few weeks. Did you talk to him after she passed? I did. And I was there after the first coma and the second. I don't know who you think you are, but you are no one's friend, sir.
I'm no one's friend. I'm not your friend.
No one.
I was your friend, or never Gene's friend. You understand?
You are no one's friend, sir.
Right.
Because what you guys have done with that book, is try to tarnish a woman who put her life on the line. Y'all want to write a book about everything she did do.
That's the book she... Hold on, Jaguar.
Do you know how many girls she stuck her neck out for throughout the years? No, you ain't talk about none of that. Or how she put her life on the line to help Cassie and everything that she's doing right now. There's so much more to her story that was not talked about. That woman that you made her sound like a common drug addicted slut. That wasn't.
I haven't wrote nothing in that book. It was printed.
Telling you that down. You are
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You are nobody's friend, sir. I'm muting up.
Nobody's friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not Gene's friend. I know nothing of you. I can't hear.
She's muted, Courtney. So, do you want to just tell the viewers what's happened to you in the past couple of days regarding this grand jury attendance?
Oh, since then, my phone was looking for me. What I had in it was sent to me. Jaguar is off the hook. Right now, I'm tired. I don't want to be here. The gag war that I shouldn't be talking about what's going on. I was not a witness for Sean against him. I'm here only for my friends. Tupac Shakur. That's the only one I'm here for. That was taken away from me.
And that
Did you just say Pac?
Yes.
Oh, you a whole clout chaser. Hold up.
I'm not a clout chaser. No.
You wasn't saying nothing about nothing. No, I'm calling Meech. I'm calling Meech. We're gonna talk to somebody who actually knew Tupac. Meech. I'm sitting here with the Courtney Burgess guy.
Oh, that's dope.
He said he's doing everything he's doing for Pac.
Oh, that's my nigga. That's what's up.
I know Pac is your brother. But I don't understand how this book with Kim Porter got anything to do with Pac.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's crazy. Interesting. Oh.
What does this Kim Porter sex stuff got to do with Pac? How you getting justice for Pac? Talking smack on a woman's body count after she did.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. Yeah, what's up with that?
Meech, what you talking about?
He's asking you what I'm asking you. What does Kim Porter's book and all of the sexual conquest and stuff that was published in it, what that got to do with Tupac?
First of all, it was all I did was got to the flash drive, went down the book. I did not write the book.
Exactly. Ain't nobody fitting to slander Pac.
Nah, we can't do that shit. No, that's how. Who does that? Fuck Kim Porter.
That's how he feels about it. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. You clout chasing. This is Tupac's producer.
Hold up, Daryl. Let me let you talk.
Here, now that you don't
hold up.
This family got nothing to do with none of this.
I gave you respect. I gave you a spot. Don't.
Carry on, Courtney.
I'm gonna mute up Meech. Yeah, he said he wouldn't do that. Apples and oranges. You've been warned.
I'm gonna take it just like this. Jaguar, I don't care what you got to say.
You've been warned.
A big Meech.
Apples and oranges.
Could I talk?
Yeah.
Talk?
Yeah.
And say something.
Go on, Courtney, respond.
I can't respond because I didn't hear what she's saying.
Do you want to just respond to what you heard, the conversation on the phone?
I'm going to let her go ahead and do it, and I'll do what I got to say. Because Jaguar, she's off the hook like she's always been. She's a failure to the industry because she only got far as she got. And that's this high.
Wait a minute, Meech. Now he's talking about my career.
You understand? Meech, I don't know you. And I don't know you, Jagger.
Senior, sir.
What is that?
That like you said, that don't mean nothing. That you don't know him. Everybody relevant does. Question is, why don't nobody know you?
Because you know what? I'm not a cloud chaser like you say.
You are cloud chaser. You just brought up Tupac me, and he ain't got nothing to do with this book.
Because I don't have nothing to do with the book but publishing it. That's what
it's not been included in that farce. Tupac's name should not be included in that farce. That woman's personal life has nothing to do with the legacy of Tupac. Cut it out.
Listen.
Cut it out.
No, you cut it out, Jaguar. Jaguar, you the one cloud chasing. You the one cloud chasing. Oh, you wait, hold up.
That's my friend. That's not a cloud chase. You cloud chasing. Because nobody.
How you your friend? He been in jail for 30 years. He been in jail for.
Somebody that know Pop. Who knows
I know Pop. I know Pop. He know me.
She's a passionate woman.
Yeah, passionate woman of a loser.
Oh, don't make it sound like we're on the same stage here. I'm scared now.
Did you just call me a loser, sir?
I never.
Yes, I did say it. Don't bite my words.
Your mother's a fucking loser. How about that?
Oh my goodness, did she just come back with the yo mama? Anyhow, let me know what you think. Do you think that Jaguar Wright is just a little salty because Courtney is encroaching on her Diddy territory? Or do you think Jag is right because this dude ain't nothing but a con artist? Let me know in the comments below. Listen, let me know what you think about people commenting about Kodak Black's looks in the comment section and Kodak Black responding to the hateration. Charlamagne the God having his essay charges dropped. Donald Trump winning the election and becoming president number 47. Candace Owens saying Kamala Harris turning it in early on election night was a clear sign that women are weak. DC Youngfly saying that he was turned away from the polls. Gayle King saying that she doesn't feel any type of way about Megan Thee Stallion lying in her face about Tory Lanez. Dr. Phil running to a Trump rally after Kamala Harris didn't invite him to give a speech at one of her rallies. And Jaguar Wright saying that Courtney Burgess isn't nothing but a bold-faced liar and a clout chaser. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.